Good evening. I am Mark Lampley, and I am a member of the Awards and Scholarship Ministry team. We continued APCE's goals of recognizing leaders in educational ministry who have made significant contributions to Christian education, both within and outside local congregations. We cheerfully celebrate these leaders tonight. According to APCE's records, the first Educator of the Year and the first Lifetime Achievement Award were given in 1978, as we have been seeing from tonight's slideshow. For 41 years, we have honored particular educators and celebrated their ministries. In 2017, it was decided to increase the number of awards we bestow from 2 to 4. These 4 awards reflect the 4 values of APCE's organization: connect, enrich, empower, and, pause for effect, sustain. It is our belief that all educators reflect these 4 qualities to one degree or another. Tonight, we honor friends and mentors who have nominated by their colleagues within the last 3 years as exemplary of APCE's core values and selected by the Awards and Scholarship Ministry team to be recognized in this 2020 annual event here in Little Rock. The Connect Award recognizes educators who have worked in the field for fewer than 5 years and who inspire other educators to connect to ministry and to each other in more meaningful ways. The recipient of the Connect Award in 2020 is Elizabeth Hathaway. Liz may be new to educational ministry, but she has been a Presbyterian her whole life. Returning to her home church after college, Liz joined the staff as Christian educator facilitator. A year later, she made the leap into full-time ministry by joining the staff for the Presbytery of Newark as part-time administrative assistant. This year, she completed her certificate in youth and theology at Princeton Theological Seminary, where she made 15 new best friends. Liz is a skilled communicator, grant writer, idea sharer, fun chaser, and passionate about youth ministry, international education, traveling, cycling, and her dog, Zoe.
So this is also my first APCE conference. And so far it's also my favorite APCE conference. I've been impressed by a lot of things, the quality of the worship, the audiovisual and production team, the number of escalators, the literal circus that was here a couple days ago, but I think what I've been most impressed by is the deepness and the connections that I see in all of you who've been coming here for years and years. And so it's exciting to be sort of inaugurated into this group as well. So I want to say thank you. Thank you to the Awards and Scholarships team for recognizing people like me. It's very encouraging to get this like 3 years in. Thank you to my table of friends from my presbytery and from my grandma's church. And also to my boyfriend who flew all the way down here in between firefighting shifts to be thrown into the deep end of the APCE USA very quickly. And also I want to say thank you to the person who nominated me for this award, Jamie Staley. Jamie was my first connection to other coworkers in ministry. She was the first one to lend me resources when I was panicking because I didn't have anything for Sunday school. She's my first mentor in ministry, a very good friend of mine. So thank you so much for everything you've shared, your wisdom, your generosity. Please also don't nominate me for any more awards. And also, just lastly, thank you to all of you for welcoming me to this community and to this conference. I think this award was very aptly named for this experience, and so I'm looking forward to many more years of connecting with you all. Thank you.
The Empower Award is given to a volunteer or professional who has worked in the field for more than 5 years and has demonstrated the ability to work beyond the local congregation and empower others to become engaged in ministry. Our 2020 Empower Award is Amy Parker. Amy grew up in West Texas at First Presbyterian, Fort Stockton, and was one of the Austin College's first 5 activators. Amy felt called to the ministry through the Activator program, and following graduation, she began her career in youth ministry. In 2000, she joined the staff at First Presbyterian Church of Fort Worth, Texas, as the Director of Children's Ministry and Outreach. Amy has recently taken a position at Grapevine Collierville School District as the coordinator of their early enrichment education program. This move allows her to spend more time with her twin girls and work in an area where she feels passionate. She remains active at First Presbyterian Fort Worth. If a rising tide lifts all boats, Amy's leadership style lifts those with whom she serves. Understanding that ministry is so much more than a single congregational endeavor, she connects, cajoles, and creates across congregational and presbytery boundaries, and indeed international ones. Here is a short video to help us learn more about Amy's ministry. Right?
I can't recall the first time I met Amy, but our lives and ministry have been intertwined ever since.
We met first in seminary a long time ago, but for the past 5 years, I've had the opportunity to serve right alongside her on staff at First Presbyterian Church of Fort Worth.
I have known Amy for more than 20 years and have treasured her friendship as well as serving alongside her in Grace Presbytery.
And I first met Amy when she was at Austin College and seeking an internship for the summer. And it was my good fortune and the good fortune of the church that Amy spent the summer with us.
Amy's creative energy and collaborative style encourage others to be excited and involved as God's people sharing God's love. She's been an integral part of our planning team for nearly 20 years now for the elementary Grace Presbytery Kid Quake Camp weekends.
I knew immediately that a star was born. She was a natural, smart, creative, great with children, theologically sound, a lot of fun, and just a joy to work with.
Amy is creative and caring and attentive, and all the things that make someone a wonderful children's director. But of all the things that make her deserving of this award is the fact that she helps all of us around her to find their voice.
We have known Amy Parker for about 10 years, and she has empowered our area of ministries and trying to keep up with both of these two for as long as they've been alive. And so Maddie's 3.5 and Grace is almost 1 year old, so has been with us for quite a long time.
Amy Parker empowers the greater church to come together in ministry and mission. She is committed to connectional ministry, working with our presbytery and Christian educators through a variety of ways. through her involvement with APCE and as part of the leadership team, for weekend retreats in our presbytery and organizing summer camp opportunities, for summer worship ideas for children and vacation Bible school collaboration, and serving on a scholarship fund for our presbytery.
She's a champion for finding ways to get any child access to day or overnight camp, and advocating for dispersing large numbers of scholarships from the Prairie Valley Camp Legacy Fund, or at least that's what I call it.
Amy's been really impactful in having our children adjust to Sunday school and the day school and VBS, and just being a welcoming and one of Maddie's most favorite people on campus.
Amy, I'm so very excited for you, and I'm so glad that you've won this award. And I want to tell you congratulations. But even more so, I want to say thank you.
You know, she's got a bit of the Energizer Bunny in her, I tell you. Congrats, Amy.
Love you, Amy. Proud of you.
We love her, and we're very thankful for her, and very proud of her for getting this award.
We love you, Amy.
Love you, Amy.
Love you, Amy.
What Rita didn't say in that video is that when I was seeking that internship, I sent a letter to every church in Grace Presbytery, and she was the only one that responded. And she really taught me what empowerment meant on behalf of APCE. And this feels a bit like the shoes on the wrong foot, because APCE has empowered me to do ministry in so many ways, and that started with all of the folks that empowered me early on in my ministry. So thank you.
The Sustain Life Achievement Award is given to an educator who is retired and whose body of work continues to inspire and sustain others. The 2020 Sustain Life Achievement Award recipient is Priscilla Andre Colton. She works tirelessly as an educator, continuing to do volunteer work with her congregation and beyond. Priscilla began her career as a church educator before she even knew what that was. In junior high, she volunteered to be a summer Sunday school teacher, and through this experience discovered her passion and her calling. When Priscilla's pastor encouraged her to check out the Presbyterian School of Christian Education, she realized her future wasn't going to be teaching high school history. Priscilla has served churches, seminaries, and presbyteries up and down the eastern seaboard, as well as Girl Scout troops and the PTA. She is the first to admit that none of this would have been possible without the love and support of her husband Todd and her two daughters, Caitlin and Erin.
We are Alexa and Caitlin Jarecki, and we have known Priscilla our whole lives because she is my mom
And our grandma.
Having grown up in and later gotten to raise my own kids in churches where Priscilla has been director of Christian education, I've of course gotten to see her in both her professional and personal lives. What has always stood out to me about her is how fully she lives into her vision of faith formation, encouraging and supporting people as they grow in their relationships with God. It's clear that this is not just a job for Priscilla, but a calling, and one that she's answered with dedication and enthusiasm.
It's hard to condense so much time into a few statements, but Priscilla has always sustained me with her strong sense of commitment, her fundamental kindness, her moral compass, and her integrity.
I know Priscilla to be creative, caring, loving, She is passionate about her family. She is passionate about her friends. She is passionate about the work that she has done through Christian education in various churches and now as a volunteer.
Living in a small community, I was able to witness Priscilla in many roles, and she showed the same qualities throughout. Her ministry is an inherent part of her interactions with others and with the challenges she accepts. I admire her greatly and am proud to call her my friend.
She is passionate about her service to the Girl Scouts. She is passionate about the Boston Celtics. Go Larry Bird, long retired, as we are now. And she is passionate about baseball.
I first met Priscilla in 2010 when we started our APCE career together. We have become APCE Soul Sisters ever since.
I've known Priscilla since 1978 when we were in grad school together, and we supported each other, we laughed with each other, we cried with each other, and we followed each other along our paths all the way along in our careers.
I love that Priscilla is such a good listener. Her ability to truly hear a conversation, process it, make recommendations, give guidance, and make gentle corrections is what a person gifted in sustaining others is all about.
I first met Priscilla at a regional gathering at an annual event. Since then, I've had many occasions to be with Priscilla, and I've learned what a creative, intelligent educator she is. The way she ministers to children and family is beyond belief.
I first met Priscilla when she came to the meeting house as our Director of Christian Education. So I was able to watch as Priscilla developed curriculum for the youngest of our members and the very oldest. Her creativity and her excitement about the gospel were contagious.
My dad has known Priscilla for a very long time, but I have known her for a little bit of my life. She has babysat me before, and she has also babysat my dad.
I've known Priscilla since I was a little boy. She used to babysit me a little bit when my dad was a professor at Union Seminary in Richmond.
At church, Priscilla makes everything fun. It's really fun to do things with her, and when you get to know her, it's really cool.
She is just an awesome individual, and bonding, communicating, and relating Bible stories to kids of all ages. And we can tell, my wife and I, that she just has a true desire for really wanting the foundation of Christian love to be the centerpiece of what the kids learn, and that it really impacts them and hopefully stay with them for the rest of their lives.
So congratulations, Mama. We are so proud of you and so blessed to have you in our lives.
It is with great pleasure that we celebrate her lifetime achievements in service to Jesus Christ through this award.
Priscilla, I am thrilled that you have come to Little Rock to receive this well-deserved award. I am proud to call you friend, and please know that all of APCE has been sustained by your leadership. Congratulations, and thank you.
Priscilla, you certainly deserve this honor. Congratulations.
Wow, I want to meet that woman. I am just truly humbled to be receiving this recognition tonight. First, I'll need to tell you, I did not know that my daughter and my grandchildren were doing this. So that was a real surprise. The other surprise tonight is that my sister drove all day today from Houston to be here tonight to celebrate. Thank you.
Thank you, APCE. This organization has been my lifeline, both professionally and personally, for many years. When I had no clue what I was doing, it was these people that helped me. My prayer is that this organization continues to be a lifeline for generations of educators to come. So as Teresa said, let's stay a while. Thank you.
The Enrich Educator of the Year awardee is someone who is still serving in a call, exemplifies educational ministry through faithful service, and is a visionary in the field of Christian education and an advocate for church educators. The 2020 Enrich Educator of the Year recipient is Michael Waszewski. Michael is Associate Pastor for Christian Formation and Pastoral Care at First Presbyterian Church, Fort Worth, Texas. At First Pres, Michael serves as a resource and leader in ministries of faith formation, especially worship and music and Christian education for adults. Nearly 400 adults are involved in the adult Christian education ministry at First Pres, and 2 adult choirs of nearly 100 adults benefit from his leadership. Michael has also served Grace Presbytery as moderator of Committee on Ministry and as Presbytery moderator. He has served as Synod and General Assembly commissioners, and a highly significant experience for Michael was serving as a member of the Presbyterian Committee on Congregational Psalm, which produced the 2013 Presbyterian hymnal, Glory to God. He has served APCE on the administrative and empowerment ministry teams and has served the Presbyterian Association of Musicians on the 50th anniversary committee and their capital campaign. Here is a bit more about Michael's ministry and service to the church.
I know Michael Waszewski because he is very active in leadership in Grace Presbytery as well as his church.
And I first met Michael 20 years ago when we served as associate pastors at First Presbyterian Church in Fort Worth. Michael arrived 1 week before I did, which meant he took the bigger office. Fortunately, I came to discover that his door was always open.
Michael has been a part of my ministry from the very beginning, and I'm so grateful that he's always been there to encourage, to empower, and to equip me.
Michael is really the perfect colleague who always leaves his door open. Case in point, we're in his office right now because Michael is always available to talk or help or listen in any way, any time of the day.
I can think of no one more deserving of the APCE Educator of the Year award. Everything Michael touches seems to benefit as he gently calls people to faith, hope, and love in his person as well as in his ministry.
Of many things that we admire about Michael, he's a wonderful colleague and he's a close friend, and truly he's family.
Michael was always well-informed, well-read, knowledgeable, deeply caring, compassionate, a great listener, and incredibly humble.
Kind, compassionate, wise, thoughtful, connective.
Michael is generous with his time, his compassion, his listening ear, and his sense of humor.
All these are enormous gifts that have enriched not only my ministry, but the ministry of others as well.
In fact, he is the only man that I know who is an honorary Presbyterian woman. And if you don't believe me, he has the certificate in his office to show you that he is.
One of the most unique things that Michael does on staff is serve in music ministry, and it is so much fun to watch him inspire a new generation of musicians.
His insights are always helpful, and he's always a teacher, no matter the setting.
Truly the most enriching thing about Michael is his willingness to share what he knows with anyone who wants to learn. He is the consummate Christian educator and well deserving of this accolade.
Michael exudes a lot of joy in what he does, and whether he is leading a small group or preaching or teaching a seminary class, his joy and passion for education comes through time and time again.
Michael enriches the lives of others through thoughtful Bible study, joyful music ministry, and loving pastoral care, and it has been my joy to work with him.
How does he do it all?
We've heard it over the years through the hallways all the time.
Diet Coke power!
Congratulations, Michael. I am so happy to have you as my friend.
Michael, I am beyond thrilled for you and for APCE for being recognized as the 2020 quintessential Christian educator with this Enrich Award.
Michael, I'm so proud of you for receiving this award. I'm not surprised, but I am very, very proud of you.
Congratulations, Michael, and thank you for all you have been, all that you are, and all that you will be to the future of APCE and the Ministry of Christian Education.
What an extraordinary gift it's been and continues to be Michael's colleague and friend. Congratulations, Michael. You are a one-of-a-kind person, one-of-a-kind pastor, one-of-a-kind educator, and I'm grateful, deeply grateful, to call you a friend.
Oh, thank you, APCE, for this award. What an honor, and I am overwhelmed by it. Overwhelmed in the most positive of meanings, overwhelmed as in overcome. I'm overcome with gratitude. And my gratitude is centered in the experiences and relationships that I could never have foreseen or even imagined. And looking back, I see God's hand and the Spirit's moving at work through communities and people in so many ways that have been inspiring and holy for me. As you saw in the video, my main ministry for the last 20 years has been at First Presbyterian Church of Fort Worth. Our mission statement at FPC is brief, but it's loaded. Inspiring disciples, engaging the world. And I reflect on it often, especially that first part as of late, inspiring disciples. It's what you and I and those we share our work with strive to do in faith formation ministries with all ages, and we, with God's help, continue to strive to inspire. But inspiring disciples, that's also who we encounter every day. And I'm so grateful for that. And I've been so inspired by so many on my journey as an educator, I wanted to take just a brief moment to share a few. You always have to start with your mother. And my mother inspired me in her commitment to forming faith in home and in the church and in the presbytery. I remembered she was a Prem advocate, and I didn't even know what Prem was. On a side note, I think I'm grateful that she's not here tonight because she would have shared an embarrassing childhood story. I remember playing some kind of word game at the table, and the letters B-I-B-L-E appeared. And I said, "Oh, I know that word. It's Bibble." I've come a long way, Mom. I was inspired by the congregation of Emmanuel Presbyterian Church in Bedford, Texas, where I served for 8 years. And that time at Emmanuel was creative and energizing and risk-taking and loving. I couldn't have asked for a better first ministry context. And that's also where Amy and I had our first opportunity to serve together. I've been inspired by Grace Presbytery's educational community, initially through the mentoring of Gay Mothershed. She was such a gift to me and to countless others. And Gay connected me with colleagues who have become such dear friends. And I'm grateful beyond measure for how you've encouraged me in my ministry. Gay inspired us all to connect to the larger church through APCE, and APCE has been a significant part of sharpening my gifts and inspiring me, and I'm grateful. It's been particularly gratifying to teach several certification courses, and I am inspired by those God continues to call into educational ministry. When I was at Emmanuel, I agreed to explore a call to ordained ministry of word and sacrament at their insistence and my resistance. But I'm grateful they insisted, and they taught me a powerful lesson about trusting the Spirit's leading in the church and being open, truly open to listening to others. I've been inspired by Austin Presbyterian Theological Seminary, where I received my Doctor of Ministry degree, and it's been such a joy to serve as adjunct faculty there in the master's and doctoral programs in the field of Christian ed. Again, being inspired by those God continues to call and prepare for ministry, and also by a gifted faculty of scholars, theologians, and servants of the church. While at First Pres in Fort Worth, I've been privileged to guide and lead our ever-changing adult Christian formation ministry, along with amazing colleagues and gifted members of the church who each day put their faith into action, who enjoy reflecting theologically, who care for one another compassionately, and who make it a priority to create a community of welcome for all, remembering that Jesus Christ alone is the head of the church. And they are a constant source of inspiration for me. Inspiring disciples. It's what we strive to do. Inspiring disciples. It's who fills our lives as a gift from God. So friends, thank you again for this honor. My hope for you is that you'll give thanks to God for our common calling and our shared ministry of inspiring disciples, and that you will remember and recall and give thanks for those inspiring disciples that God has given to you as companions on the journey. Thank you, and God bless you.
Liz, Amy, Priscilla, and Michael, we are grateful for your dedication, for your faithful service to APCE and to Christ Church. We all give thanks for the lives you have touched and the many ways you have inspired others in the field of educational ministry. Well done, good and faithful servants. I think it's appropriate that we might stand as we're able and give them one more honor.